Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown on the MHRT Network. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, my comments along with yours in the chat. I am your host, Bronco Bill. All right, guys, before we get into it, I'm going to bring up Avatar real quick because I got to talk about something that happened last night. Avatar says, "What's up, Broncos country, 2023 NBA champs, Nuggets Nation, and IIHF World Junior Champions Gold Medal Team USA. Love it, love it, love it." What I want to talk about in what Avatar said is the Nuggets. Oh my gosh, did you see the ending of last night's game against the Golden State Warriors? Jokic is an absolute insane basketball player. I don't care what anybody has to say about, well, he gets the love of the NBA. What? No. He's earned it. Go back and watch the ending of that Nuggets game, Golden State in San Francisco. And Jokic, with like less than a second, lets the ball launch from the corner of the right. If you're looking at the goalpost, and I know this is a Broncos breakdown, but I got to bring this in because this is absolutely crazy good. So he's on the right side, and hang on, that's my sister. He's on the right side. And he shoots it from dang near the corner of the middle of the center line and launches it as the buzzer sounds, hits the backboard and goes in. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, the place was nuts in shock because of what Jokic did. But man, it was insanely good to see Jokic do something like that. The guy's a magician anyways. That's why they call him the Joker. The guy can just do whatever he wants. And he proved it again last night. What a great comeback by the Denver Nuggets to get that win on the road when they trailed by 18 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, that was a tremendous game. And then, of course, the Avalanche won in overtime. That was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, the Colorado teams are playing fantastic. Oh, except the Broncos. And of course, we're going to get into that. We're going to get it. Muhammad Badri says, "Good evening, Bill." I say, "Good evening, Muhammad. How you been? How you doing? Hope everything is going well for you, everybody out there. Hope everything's going well. Happy New Year to each and everyone out there. This is my first Broncos breakdown of 2024, and I want to just wish each and every one of you a very, very happy New Year. And hopefully this year is much better than last year in so many ways. Personally, for my family, as well as for everybody out there, our football team, our hockey team, our basketball team, our baseball team, whatever it is, I hope first and foremost that family and everybody has a much better year this year than last. All right. Avatar says that play became what it was because of a bad pass by Stephon Curry and a nice steal at the time. Yeah, that's true. Who was it? That was Murray. Murray that intercepted that pass. That was a fantastic play. No, I understand, Avatar, what you're saying. But what I'm saying is when it came down to crunch time, oh my gosh. And I understand, I mean, there's one or two plays in every sport that will allow a team to either A, win or B, lose. And in this case, that was fantastic. I can't get enough of that shot. I've watched it at least 10 times. I replayed the entire highlights of that game because I was watching the Avalanche game. So I only caught the last 5 minutes of that game. It was the best 5 minutes of a basketball game I've ever seen by a Nuggets team in a very, very long time. All right. Okay, so Rudy, my brother-in-law from Vegas says, "Okay, I'm here, young man." Well, I am a little bit younger than him. Not much, but I'm a little bit younger. But thanks, Rudy, for chiming in. I really do appreciate it. As always, love seeing each and everybody in the chat. Muhammad Badri says, everything is well and Happy New Year, everyone. Same here. Happy New Year to everybody out there. Okay. Avatar adds a question. Avatar says, do you see how emotional Jokic was after it went in? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. He was shocked. He was surprised. His teammates just mobbed him like nobody's business. I mean, I almost said Bronco players. The Nuggets players rushed off the bench and they just engulfed him. And then when he would do I don't know if anybody out there saw him, but when he did the interview, I mean, he was choked up. He's like, he's so humble, so down to earth that is absolutely a joy to see somebody who loves what they're doing and doesn't let it go to their head. It stays grounded. It stays centered. It stays focused. And that's what I love about Jokic. I love about Jokic. Like, same with Justin Simmons of the Broncos. I mean, he's humble. He's down to earth and things like that. That's what I love. And to see that ending last night was just an absolutely amazing comeback. I mean, I've seen comebacks in football. I've seen comebacks in baseball. I mean, I've been a witness being a Cubs fan in 2016 when they came back and won it in Game 7. Well, actually, before Game 7, they were down 3-1, and they tied it and then went on to win in Game 7. It's that way in sports, but man, the media just loves to pound against, just beat down the Nuggets and say, oh, it's just one. You know what? That is one fantastic, tremendous team. One tremendous team. And Jokic, oh my gosh. I don't know if he can do anything better than he did last night. Except maybe shoot it from three quarters of the court and make it. I don't know. All right. Richie Rich in the house says Mobad. Yeah. Mobad is in the house. All right, guys, let's get to the topics. I know I spent the first 8 minutes on Jokic and the Nuggets, but oh my gosh, I had to. I absolutely had to. It was insane. Absolutely incredible. Okay. We all know the situation that transpired before the game last week when Russell Wilson was benched by Sean Payton. Now, my question is was it really Sean Payton that pulled that trigger pulled the trigger, or did it come from ownership? Did it come from George Payton? Did it come from Greg Penner? Or was it all Sean Payton? I don't really buy it was all Sean Payton. And here's the problem that I have. And I'm going to get into that because that's what the first topic is about. Here it is. Ryan Clark calls out Sean Payton. ESPN's Ryan Clark last Friday, not today, guys, last Friday, stated that Sean Payton, and I quote, behaved like a thug, end quote, for how he has treated Wilson from the very beginning. What do you mean he treated him from the very beginning? When Sean Payton came into the Broncos organization, he flat out said, Russell Wilson, you're not having your own office. You're not going to be above the level of where the players are. You're not going to be above them. You're not going to have your own office. You're not going to have your posse here. You're not going to have your personal quarterback coach. You're not going to have your personal trainer. No. That's not how we do it. That's not how I do it. Things are different. Hackett's not here anymore. So forget about, treating Hackett like a puppet. That ain't happening with me. And he basically kicked everybody out and set everybody straight. Okay? All right. I don't have a problem with that. That's what you need to do because it didn't work last year. So something has to change, and that's what changes. I continue. He goes on to say, he, being Ryan Clark, goes on to say that Peyton started to Peyton started to unravel Wilson personally and undercut him professionally from his first press conference on. As soon as Peyton, got in the building, that's when he started. No, I don't agree with that. No, so they're saying that, oh, he undercut him personally and professionally because he took this away or that away. No, that's not true. That's not true. He didn't undercut him. He did not undercut him because he took those things away. He took those things away because they weren't working. You cannot be the quarterback of the team and expect yourself to be above and beyond everybody else. No, you're not. You're part of the team. You're one of the 53. You're not one and then 52. Doesn't work that way, dude. And as much as I like Russell Wilson and really wanted him on this team and welcomed him, I'm starting to get a little bit sour towards him. I really am. Because it seems like it's all about Russell Wilson. And it shouldn't be. It should be about us, the team, not me, Russell Wilson. But that's what it looks like it's coming down to. And it's just frustrating. I know I got to move on from Russell Wilson and all of this, talk about, well, we benched him and it's because of money. It's because of bad play, whatever. I don't, that I'm over and done with that. I'm over and done with that. Let's move on. Okay? That happened. It's going to happen. It did happen. We have to move forward. All right? We have to move forward. And moving forward, let me get there. Hang on. David Burns watching from Cedar Hills, Texas. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Thank you so much for watching the show. Really do appreciate it. Awesome. Getting them from all over the country. I really appreciate it. Hope you had a wonderful Merry Christmas and a very safe Happy New Year. All right. Speaking of Russell Wilson, and most likely the Broncos parting ways with him, Giants as possible place for Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson is released by Denver, the New York Giants might be the landing spot. And here's why. However, the Giants spent a lot of money on Daniel Jones, so they can't really pursue Wilson. That said, if Denver releases him, New York might just swoop in and sign him to a $1.5 or $2.5 million contract for the year and leave Denver holding the bag for the rest of the money. Well, of course, that's what would happen. Of course, that's what would happen. If Denver can't get a trade partner or they can't, have somebody else pick up his contract, which isn't going to happen, well, then Denver's going to be left holding the bag. Well, they're going to be left holding the bag regardless. But the thing is the Giants will come out smelling like roses because they can get Russell Wilson for 1.5 or 2.5, maybe 3. Who knows? But ain't going to be no 35 mil. I guarantee you that. That ain't going to happen. So Giants will come out smelling like roses. And if Daniel Jones can't perform and Russell Wilson steps in, who's to say that under another different head coach, a system that Russell Wilson can work with or play or perform in, who's to say that the Giants won't take that chance? Or Minnesota or Pittsburgh or anybody else? I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. Okay, that report comes from the Giants insiders, so it's not just coming. I'm not making this up. I don't make up any of my topics, guys. I research. I do what I need to do to get the stories, to get the details. I don't make any of this stuff up. You can go back and look at it yourself. Just type in whatever in Google and search away. And I'm not. I'm telling you guys the truth. Like I say when I come on and do my show, and so he may go to the Giants. He'll be out of the AFC, back in the NFC, but I mean, who knows? Who knows? Just interesting. Just interesting. All right. Broncos may have a secret to a quarterback. Okay. With Russell Wilson's era in Denver all but over. It might be time for Denver to bring in their own guy in the 2024 NFL draft. One of Sean Payton's mentors was and is Bill Bel. I mean, excuse me, not Bill Belichick. That would be crazy. Bill Parcells. Now we all know that Bill Parcells was a fantastic, great coach for the New York Giants. Took them to multiple Super Bowls. In fact, I think Parcells was the head coach when the Giants beat the Broncos. I believe it was 1986, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was either 86 or 87. And the Giants beat the Broncos. And I think Bill Parcells was their head coach. So he knows what he's doing. Okay? By the way, who was the quarterback in that Super Bowl? Yep, Phil Simms. Phil Simms. And here's the reason, or not the reason, but here's a formula that Bill Parcells uses. So here it is. Parcells' method of finding an NFL quality quarterback is as follows. The quarterback has to be a senior. He has to be a graduate with at least 3 years starter, and the team must have won 23 games with that starter as their quarterback. Why is that important? Well, think about this, guys. Okay, think about this. If you have a freshman or sophomore or junior that hasn't graduated, and they're not a senior, obviously, his first point was a senior, what does that tell you? That tells me, I don't know about you guys, but that tells me that he's more interested in trying to get in the NFL and make that money than he is to focus on his future outside of football. Focus on what's important, attention to detail, and be committed to doing what it takes to achieve at that level. Okay, let me go back and state what Bill Parcells said he looks in a quarterback. A senior, a graduate, 3 year starter as the quarterback, and the team that he is playing for and with must have 23 games with a win, 23 winning games with him as a starter. Now, that's not one season, obviously. It's through his entire career. That's why he says a senior, 4 years. Why? Because of commitment, attention to detail. You are focused. You are you're doing what you need to do to better yourself and to have a success in college as well. You cannot just go after a fly-by-night. Oh, this guy looks good. This guy, I'm going to go after this guy. Well, what did John Elway do? Exactly that thing. John Elway went after those type of, I got to get him now. I got to get him now. This guy looks great. They weren't NFL quality quarterbacks. Think about it. Osweiler? Nope. Drew Lock? Nope. Seriously. I mean, I'm just stating the obvious. Just stating the obvious. Don't throw barbs at me. I'm just stating the obvious. These are true facts that work, that absolutely work. Okay? And if you don't believe me, go back and do your own research. Look at what the Broncos quarterbacks that they've drafted in the past. Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning graduated. Peyton Manning was a quarterback in college for 3 years with 23 wins that he was a quarterback of in Tennessee. I mean, all of those things. That's what I'm talking about. You have to go and do your homework. You can't do a fly-by-night like Elway did. And I don't believe for one moment that Sean Payton will not do exactly that formula. Why? Bill Parcells made it work. And Sean Payton's mentor is Bill Parcells. I have a really strong feeling that's guy. By the way, Knicks does qualify for all four of those must-have when it comes to quarterback. Will Sean Payton take him? I don't know. I don't know if Denver's going to be in that. I don't know if Denver's going to be in that level when it comes to, that high up in the first round by virtue of trade. And I don't want to go there. I don't want to see a trade of Patrick Surtain or or Justin Simmons or Cortland Sutton. Jerry Jeudy, I'm kind of on the bubble with, but still, I don't like to see any Bronco player leave, go to another team, help that team out if and when they ever play Denver. I don't want to see it. All right, let's see. Madungus Creevy in the house says, "What's up, everybody?" I say, "What's up, Madungus?" I hope you're off of work and able to get home and enjoy your family. Spend too much time away from them, man. Or I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you spend too much time away from it. This is interesting. This is kind of hilarious, but it's kind of interesting too. So this is good. Okay. Tom Brady. Yep. That retired. Maybe not retired. Tom Brady. Hold on. Here we go. Tom Brady, the 7-time Super Bowl champ, revealed last Sunday that he was actually planning to return to the NFL, but of all things, a party ended up changing things. Can you believe that? Tom Brady's 46 years old, and he was actually contemplating coming back into the NFL? You talk about a guy who just can't function outside of the NFL. I mean, obviously he functions. Don't get me wrong. The guy's worth millions. But I mean, his focus, his thought process is, NFL game. I can imagine him watching an NFL game, a Patriots game, a Buccaneers game, or any game, and just going, man, I would have done that. Oh, how could you not see that receiver's wide open? All that stuff. Well, he could have done that with the Broncos all season long. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, the guy lives and breathes football. And well, he should. He spent his entire life, with dang near 90% of it, going back to Pop Warner, no doubt, that kind of stuff, all the way up in the NFL. I just find it interesting that he was really contemplating coming back again. All right, let me continue. Brady said, and I quote, "The only downside of 2023 calendar year was when I was about to unretire in May and my friends threw a surprise retirement party. That kind of forced my hand," end quote. Wow. Talk about great timing or bad timing, depending on how you look at it. If you're Tom Brady, that was bad timing. If you're the NFL and don't want to see a 46-year-old guy struggle on the field who's had such a fantastic career, that is great timing. But man, can you believe that? He was going to announce in May that he was going to unretire, and his friends throw this surprise party, shock the daylights out of him, and go, "Holy, whoa, sorry about that guy, just whacked the crap out of my microphone. Sorry about that." And his buddies are like, nope. We're throwing a retirement party, and you're retired. Okay. Tom Brady went on to say, and I quote, "You're only allowed one unretirement, and I've used that retirement up," end quote. Well, yeah, you have, Tom. Man, can you imagine if he'd have come back at age 46? Me, myself, I'm not a big Brady fan, although I thought the guy's fantastic. Just like Patrick Mahomes or, Peyton Manning, John Elway, those guys are fantastic. It doesn't matter what team they're playing on unless they're playing against my Broncos, then it does matter. But Tom Brady, can you imagine if he'd have come back at age 46, maybe 47? That's crazy. Why would he want to, possibly damage his body to chase what? Another Super Bowl ring? He's already got 7. I mean, what's he trying for? I mean, 7, the number 7 in biblical is a number for perfection. So, I mean, he's already perfect in that realm. So why would he want to try and go 1 and above? I don't know. It's just amazes me that he was even contemplating and thinking about coming back. Wow. I mean, Michael Jordan, same kind of thing. I mean, there's certain players that have this drive and this passion for what they do. And you see it in all walks of life. You can see it in politically, you can see it in sports, you can see it in everyday life, job wise. I worked with a guy who he didn't officially retire until he had put 44 years in. I'm like, why? You can't achieve more on your retirement in the school district than 40 years. I mean, you're not going to gain anything more, elevation while you're at the max. And he kept going because he just loved what he did. Just loved what he did. Well, I mean, some people are like that, but wow. All right. Madungus says, off of work at home with a 2-year-old in my lap watching Daniel Tiger. Madungus, I remember watching Daniel Tiger with my grandson. Absolutely, he loved it. And I remember that. Golly, Madungus, you brought back memories. My grandson's 12 years old now. So it's like 10 years ago. I was 55 then. And anyways, he's sitting in my lap watching Daniel Tiger. And I remember dozing off because to me it's so boring. I mean, I was there for my grandson, obviously, but to me it was so boring. And just, I'm just like, and all of a sudden he would laugh and wake me up. And I'm like, holy cow, man, how much more can I do with this stuff? So, Madungus, I applaud you. I applaud you tremendously for hopefully not falling asleep, and just taking one for your daughter, and also just being the dad, man. That's what you got to do. Okay. Okay, Kamani says Broncos Bill. I say Kamani Bronco Kamani. Kamani Dixon, what's up, my friend? What's up? Hope you had a really good day. Hope you had a really safe New Year's week. And we're kicking off 2024. First Broncos breakdown of 2024. Very, very happy to be here as always. Let's see. Avatar said maybe he wanted to win another Super Bowl with the third team, which no players done. Well, that's true. That's a good point, Avatar. That's a really, really good point. Never thought about why Tom Brady wanted to come back again at age 46. All right, let me ask everybody out there in the chat. Who do you think, if Tom Brady were to come back out of retirement for a second time, who do you think Tom Brady would want to go to that has a legitimate chance to win a Super Bowl? Okay. That's going to be, now he has to be a starter. Would that be Miami? Tua's not done too bad. Okay. Would it be Miami? What other team out there? I can't think of another team that he would be on that would want him to be the starter that they don't already have. I mean, think about it. Philadelphia, Dallas, Kansas City, no doubt. No, not in Kansas City. No. Who else? Tennessee, Houston, Indianapolis. I mean, these teams are all already in the playoffs this year. Who's to say that they'd be in there next year? Minnesota? Not Detroit, obviously. Detroit's won their division. I don't know. It's interesting to think if Tom Brady were to come back, and going back to what Avatar said, maybe he wanted to win the Super Bowl with the third team that's never been done. What's that team? What is that team? It's not Buffalo. I doubt Sears is Buffalo. And I know it ain't Baltimore. Who is it? And who is that team that has a legitimate chance to get to the Super Bowl and win it? I mean, if Tom Brady is 46 years old, he ain't playing for another 10 years. He may not even play for another 10 quarters. Just saying. 46 years old, taking hits. I would like to know what you guys think. Rudy Torres, my brother-in-law, says the Eagles. Whoop. Hang on. Wrong one. Eagles. Possibility. That's a good one. That'd be a good one. Rudy Torres also says the Wagoners. That's my That's my nickname for the Chargers because nobody ever really cheers for them unless they're winning, which means they jump on the wagon. So Chargers, I don't see it. I don't see. Although anybody, any team with the name Tom Brady on it would probably draw a tremendous crowd. Although I don't see that coming from the Chargers, anyways. So I don't know. I just thought that was very, very interesting that he was contemplating coming out in May. Then his friends throw him a surprise party, and he's like, "Oops, Knicks can't do that now. Can't do that." And they just threw a party for it. Can't do it. All right, this is unfortunate. Okay, Tyreek Hill, a fire last Wednesday at the $6.9 million home of Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill was started by a child playing with a cigarette lighter in an upstairs bedroom. Okay. I got an issue with this. I have an issue with this. Okay. And I'm not saying it's Tyreek Hill's fault because he wasn't even there at the time. He was at practice. I'll get into that. Somebody had to be home with this child. Okay. Whether it was his mom, sister, relative, I don't know the family structure. And that's not really what I'm trying to get into. What I'm trying to get into is where is the parental control? You don't have to be a parent to have parental control. You just have to be aware of what a child is doing. If a child says, I'm going upstairs, okay, first off, why is there a cigarette lighter in a room? Okay. Was it a child room? Didn't say. Adult room? Okay. What's a cigarette lighter doing in plain view of a child? Didn't say the age of the child. Could have been age 5, could have been 7, could have been 10, could have been 15. Didn't say. Did not say. Didn't give a name, didn't give an age. Didn't even give a sex. Don't know if it's a boy or girl. Doesn't matter. What matters is where are the controls of not having something in line eyesight of a child. Okay? We hear about it all the time of guns not being locked up or ammunition or knives or anything, a lighter, chemicals that can splash in a child's face. Where are the governing parents, the governing adults? Why are these things not being put away? I mean, I'm going to go on to the story, but it just bothers me. I have grandkids, 12 and 7. My son and daughter don't leave things out like this for them to find. You cannot do it. You have to lock things up, put them away, put them on a shelf, put them somewhere, put them away from any child being able to get to it. Because they don't know what they're doing. It's not the child's fault. I'm not holding this child accountable for what happened. No, I'm referring back to those adults that don't have responsibility enough to know what they're doing. Now, I'm not putting the blame on Tyreek Hill or anybody else. Holy cow, guys. Wow. All right. This microphone has gotten a lot bigger. I mean, I got a higher stand, and now I'm just going crazy with this story because it bothers me. This could have been catastrophic. Let me continue before I continue my rant. According to a Florida fire marshal, Robert Taylor, and I quote, "It was a total accident," end quote. Hill and his family are safe and no one was hurt. Hill was at practice at the time of the fire. That's it. Okay. Hill was away at practice of the Dolphins when this happened. So apparently there were other adults in that house that he felt responsible with this child. It didn't say whose child it was. Again, it doesn't matter. What matters is the irresponsibility of making sure things are put away. Now, if somebody in a hurry and, I don't know, lit a candle, let's say, okay, lit a candle and then put the lighter down. Why? Why do you leave a possibility of someone or something having catastrophic repercussions. Yeah, $6.9 million. He went on to say that it was just the up floor bedroom that was severely burned. There's water damage, obviously. There's smoke damage, obviously. And it's going to take some time to repair. There's roof damage, obviously. So it's going to take some time to repair. Tyreek Hill has the money, but that's not the point. You can replace a house. Doesn't matter what the cost is. You can replace a house. You cannot replace human life that may have been lost in this tragedy because a person did not put a certain item away where child or children cannot get to. That's my point. I mean, I can't emphasize enough that I'm sorry. I know I'm spending some time on this, but it's heart-wrenching to me. It grabs me right here because I have grandson and a granddaughter. And I know people out there that are watching have kids. Madungus Creevy has children. And you just have to be very careful and proactive. Not foolish, but proactive. All right. All right. Madungus Creevy says, who says it was plain view? Plain view. You know, kids, Bill, they can squeeze into the weirdest places and find stuff that you never thought they could get to. That's true. That's true, Madungus, and I do agree. But again, if a person locks it up or puts it into, I have items here in my den. You can't see it because I got I'm sitting at a desk and I've got this hutch above, and then down here I got a cabinet that you can't see as well, but it has locks, and I put things in there that I don't want kids to get to. My grandkids. I don't care if they're 12 or 6 or 7 now. She's 7. It doesn't matter because I have it locked up so that they can't get to it. Where's the key? With me. With me. And I know if anybody comes in here and moves anything because I'm very particular where I put my things. So the bottom line, I'm just saying there are ways to safeguard. I mean, okay, let's say that the house never caught fire. What if the child would have lit the lighter and caught their hair on fire, or a sleeve on a jacket or something, or just I wonder what this does, and burn themselves, 3rd-degree burn? Then what? See, that's what I'm not talking about materialistic things here, guys. I'm not. I'm talking about responsibility. And yes, it may be a complete accident. It may be a complete, oh my gosh, I meant to put that away. I didn't. Well, this is a possible result. And that's all I'm saying, guys. That's all I'm saying. I feel bad for Tyreek Hill. I really do. I feel bad for his family. I feel bad for, what transpired. What I'm saying is it's preventable. Take a little time. Take another 30 seconds to a minute to make sure that you safeguard your family and your young ones, because the young ones, can't really safeguard themselves. All right, time to move on. I know I spent some time on that, but like I said, it gets me right here. All right, okay. Broncos, and here's the topic of the show. Who made the Pro Bowl? And side note, who got snubbed? Oh, yeah. Here we go. The Denver Broncos will be sending 3 players to the Pro Bowl, as it was announced this last Wednesday. They are, ready? These are obvious. Well, 2 out of the 3 are obvious, okay? 2 out of the 3 are obvious. Here it is. Justin Simmons, best safety in the league, in my opinion. Best safety in the league. Second person, Patrick Surtain, best corner in the league. Best safety, best corner. No doubt about it, going to the Pro Bowl. Absolutely no doubt about it. 3, what? Not Cortland Sutton? Not Cortland Sutton? You got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Nope, I'm not kidding you. Guess who's there instead of Cortland Sutton? Marvin Mims. Yes, Marvin Mims had some great plays this year, not like Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton should be there. Now, hang on, guys. I'm not taking anything away from the rookie Marvin Mims. I'm really not. He played really well this year. He really played his heart out, and he made some great plays. But how in heaven's name can you keep Cortland Sutton out of the Pro Bowl when he go back? The NFL, you've lost your freaking mind. The game against Buffalo, that catch against Buffalo, the catch against the Vikings, the many plays this guy has made all season long right now in a 50-50 record, 8-8. And Cortland Sutton has been the main reason why the Broncos have 8 wins. One of the main reasons. And you leave him off the Pro Bowl roster? Are you freaking kidding me? Who out there is better than him at what he's done? Who? Name me one. Put it in the chat, guys. Name me somebody who's better than Cortland Sutton that is in the Pro Bowl that keeps Cortland Sutton out. Did Marvin Mims keep Cortland Sutton out? I don't know. I don't know how it works. But I'm just saying, how in heaven's name can you keep Cortland Sutton out of the Pro Bowl when he's had a Pro Bowl freaking year? Yes, I'm frustrated. Yes, I'm angry. Absolutely, I am. Because this guy has done whatever he could do to help this Bronco team win. You look at those toe drag, the pitter patter of his toes on the sideline. And you look at those amazing catches in traffic with no room to spare on the edge of the sideline. And he makes those catches. And the NFL goes, well, we'd rather have Marvin Mims. And now, like I said, I'm not taking anything away from Marvin Mims. Congratulations to him. I agree. But don't leave Cortland Sutton out. Why can't you have 4 Broncos in there? Why not? They earned it. Justin Simmons earned it. Absolutely. Patrick Surtain earned it. You know, Patrick Surtain's the only Bronco since Champ Bailey and several others that have gone back-to-back years with 20 or more deflections, I believe it was. On passes that have been there where it's been contested and gone back-to-back Pro Bowls. Yeah. That's how good Patrick Surtain is. Justin Simmons is a shutdown. Cortland Sutton is a receiver machine, and they leave him off the Pro Bowl. I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. Just boggles my mind. Absolutely boggles my mind. I don't know. I have no answer for why Cortland Sutton is not in the Pro Bowl. I don't know. I don't know who makes these stupid, ridiculous voting. And I know that there's some voting by the fans, and that's all well and good. But it comes down to the NFL committee. And I don't understand. Do they not like Cortland Sutton? But that shouldn't have anything to do with it. It's the play on the freaking field. I don't care what you think of a guy. I don't care, whether you like him or not, or whether you like the Broncos or not. It's not about that. It's about the play of the player on the freaking field. Period. Golly. Cortland Sutton got freaking snubbed, and that sucks because he has done an absolute phenomenal job this year for a team that underachieved with a quarterback that underachieved. And yet he still played his freaking heart out. And he balled till it can't do it anymore. And then he went and did some more. Yeah. To be left off of the Pro Bowl, in my opinion, is an absolute disgrace to the game itself. All right. Travis Johnson, thanks so much for being in the chat. Really do appreciate it. Nice to have you. First timer and seeing. Thank you so much. Russ kept Sutton out. Think about all the plays he could have made and didn't because Russ didn't see him. If he had a consistent pocket passer like Burrow or Allen, he will make it. Okay. All right. I'll give that to you, Travis, under this comment. You're right. If you look at the players that made the Pro Bowl, they're defensive players and the special teamers. I mean, Mims does play offense a little bit, but he's mostly special teams. So you got Justin Simmons, safety, defense, Patrick Surtain, corner, defense, and Mims, special teams. So in regards to what you're saying, Travis, I would have to agree. Yes. But I still have to go back to those plays that he made. I mean, weren't those plays good enough to get him into the Pro Bowl? I mean, who else makes those kind of plays on a consistent basis? I'm not just talking about Bronco players. I'm talking about across the league. Who makes those type of players day in, day out, game in, game out on a consistent basis? I don't see anybody else all year doing that kind of footwork and control of the ball. I really don't. I could be wrong, but I think you are onto something though. If Russell Wilson would have been more consistent with Cortland, so I think you have something there. I really do think you have something there. It just frustrates me that that Cortland Sutton's not there, because in my opinion, he deserves it. In my opinion, he absolutely deserves it for what he did in those 8 wins that helped the Denver Broncos win those 8 games. All right. This is interesting. And this is the next to my last topic for tonight's show. Thanks again, everybody, for being in the chat, for your comments, for your support and all of that. Hope you guys have had a wonderful New Year's week. And thanks for being here on a Friday when you guys could be doing anything and everything elsewhere. Really do appreciate it. Next to the last topic, here it is. Final game of the season to determine the last 3 Broncos opponents for 2024. Here it is. Sunday's game against the Raiders won't be for a playoff, but it will be for seeding in the AFC West standings. If the Broncos win, they will finish in second. If they lose, they will finish in third. Why? Because the Raiders are 1 game behind us. And if we lose, we'll have identical records. We would have lost to the Raiders. We have been swept by the Raiders. Therefore, the Raiders would jump above us on head-to-head competition. All right. Therefore, Denver will either play 3 teams that finished in second or 3 teams that finished in third from other divisions. Those teams haven't been determined as of yet, but they will come from the AFC South, which will be a home game. AFC East will be an away game, and NFC West, which will be an away game. Outside of their division, the Broncos will play Cleveland at home. We got the Browns again, Cleveland at home, Steelers at home, Falcons at home, Panthers home, Ravens, oh boy, Ravens away, Saints, Sean Payton's old team a couple years ago, Saints away, Buccaneers away, and the Bengals away. You talk about a tough schedule for Denver. Even if they go 9-8, this is a very tough schedule. Let me give it to you again, okay? Outside of their division, which is Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs, outside of the division, home and away, we have the Browns again, which is a playoff team. Steelers, possible playoff team. Falcons, out of it. Panthers, out of it. Ravens, number 1 seed. Saints, out of it, I think. Buccaneers, playoffs. Bengals, playoffs, possibly. That's a tough schedule, guys. That is a very tough schedule. So I don't know. I don't know where Denver's going to finish. I hope they finish with a winning record. But I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter either way. They still have those games. The only games that will change if they win or lose will be the 3 that I mentioned. The AFC South, AFC East, and NFC West. Those are the 3 games or 3 teams that they'll get and face. 2 of the 3 on the road. So it's not going to be an easy schedule. Not going to be easy schedule going into 2024. So we need to have the Broncos beat the Raiders so that they can have a winning season, positive motivation, uh, uh, positive outlook since we won, last week against the Chargers. So that'll give the Broncos some positive momentum. All right. Okay. Rudy Torres, my brother-in-law, says, I would like Broncos to win, but no Wilson. Russell Wilson's not playing against the Raiders. He's been benched the last 2 games this season, and it's going to be Stidham, the former Raiders quarterback. He'll be the Broncos quarterback going against his former team, the Raiders, this coming Sunday. That leads me into the final topic of tonight: Broncos at Raiders. The Denver Broncos finished the season the Denver Broncos will finish, the season at Vegas. A win will give Denver a winning record for the season for the first time since 2015. It will also mean that Denver will finish second behind the Chiefs. Stidham will be facing the team he was on earlier in the season, now going to go against the Raiders in Vegas. What a way for Stidham to put an exclamation point into his young starting career and go back-to-back in wins to close out the season. That would be great. I would love for that to happen. Why? Twofold. One, we have a winning division, and 2, we finish second and we don't finish third and lose to the Raiders and get swept in the season. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. We swept the Chargers. We split with the Chiefs. I want to split with the Raiders. That's the best we can do when it comes to the Raiders. So let's just get it done. All right? Let's just get it done. Now, I was on the 5280 on Tuesday, and I was asked what I thought the final score would be for the Broncos Raiders. And I said, you know what? I picked the I picked the Chargers to beat the Broncos last week, and I was glad that I was wrong. So I said on the Tuesday show that I picked the Raiders to beat the Broncos. I forget what I said the score was. I think it was something like 2016, 20, 21, 70, something like that. And I said, I hope I'm wrong again. And both Glenn and Gage said that they picked the Broncos. I said, well, good. I hope you guys are right. Well, you know what? I've kind of thought about it. I've kind of, rethought my prediction for the Broncos Raiders game this Sunday. And I said, okay, but before I get into that, I want to get to EBK 303. Says Broncos are toast the next 3 seasons. What are you referring to the fact that the Broncos are toast? Are you talking about the fact that Russell Wilson probably won't be in the Broncos after this year? And you're saying that the Broncos don't have a quarterback and we're going to be toast and this, that, and the other thing? Okay, you may be correct. I wouldn't say we're toast. If we have to go get a quarterback in the draft or whatever, so be it. Maybe it's a year or 2 process to get him up there. Hey, we've already dealt with it for 6 years. So, at this point in time, I'm kind of used to, the proverbial, Ferris wheel of quarterbacks. I'm kind of over it and done with it. I'm kind of numb to the whole thing. So if it's going to take another year or 2 before we get our, good quality quarterback for, franchise, okay, so be it. I mean, what else can I say? What else can I do? That might be, I was going to say that might have been the Walton Penner ownership group calling me, asking me who I think we should take in the draft. Just kidding. Anyways, all right, last topic. Here it is. And like I said, about the Broncos and the Raiders. Okay, my final score has changed from what I thought on Tuesday. I've now changed it. It's now 2017 Denver. 2017, I feel the Denver Broncos will win this game. They want to win this game. They're eager to win this game because it would prove to be a winning season, albeit by 1 game. Doesn't matter. Winning is all you have to do in any sport is win by 1 point. And all you have to do to have a winning season is win by 1 game. If the Broncos can do that and win, this coming Sunday, they will have a winning record at 9-8, second place behind the Chiefs, making progress from last year when we were dead last at 5-12. That would be a 4-game win sweep, 4-game win swing because of Sean Payton. Not because of Russell Wilson, but because of Sean Payton. All right. EBK 303 says that was Wilson calling. He wants his contract back. Yeah, no doubt, man. You're probably right about that one. You're absolutely probably right about that. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. You guys have been fun in the chat like always. I really do appreciate it. That's it. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you have not, please do so. It costs you absolutely zero. It helps out the chat. It helps out the network. It helps out the show. Please hit the thumbs up, like button. That is the most important way you can let everybody else know that sees the show. The thumbs up means everything. It lets people know you enjoy the show. It's worth watching, and it just really does help out. I greatly appreciate it. Going down the list, guys, thanks again for being in the chat. Avatar, Mohammed Badri, Rudy Torres, Richie Rich, thank you so much. David Burns, Madungus Creevy, Kamani Dixon, you guys are the best. I've always said that. I always will. Travis Johnson, thank you so much. And EBK 303, you guys are the heart and soul and the backbone of this show. And I can't express enough how much you guys make this show so much better. The interaction, the chat, your comments, your questions, your takes. Even if you even say, "Hey, Bronco Bill, that ain't what I heard." Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. I make mistakes too. I try not to, but I do. You guys are the best. You keep me on my toes. Thank you guys so very, very much each and every Friday for being and supporting this show, Broncos Breakdown, on the MHRT network. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Friday evening. Have a fantastic weekend. Let's get a Broncos win this Sunday. Join us, Madungus Creevy and myself, Bronco Bill, for the last Broncos breakdown of the 2023 Broncos NFL season. Till then, guys, take care. Bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast's racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute.